I ain't even gonna let the beat drop. They hear that sound, they know what time it is. Yes, sir. UNKandCHICO, Sunday Night Live. Live and direct.
It's another Sunday night. It's another Sunday night. Another Sunday night live.
Let's get it in, baby.
Big Dog Chico.
Live in effect. Sunday Night Live once again. It's another one, baby. Oh,
Yes, sir.
man. Hold on, bring it back one second. Another one. Keep it going. Forget it.
Another Sunday night live with Unc and Big Dog.
Oh my God!
Big Dog.
So get ready for it.
Oh my God!
Let's go.
Woo!
Get in the chat. Let us know where you represent from, where you checking in from.
Not only has the audio man not been fired, the audio man got a promotion and a pay raise for Christmas.
Step your game up. Audio man in the building. Oh, no. Oh, my God, man. Y'all wild out there. I appreciate y'all checking in the chat. Oh, now let us know where you're checking in from. Y'all know what it is, man. It's the badass Uncle Neely. It's the big dog Chico Cleasy up in this thing back again. Like vertebrae, we live and in effect coming to you. You still in Boulder or are you back in Mississippi?
I am back in Mississippi, man. Was in San Antonio for a week. And instead of getting on that plane going back to Boulder, Colorado, I got on that plane and went the other way. Touchdown in Jackson, Mississippi, man. I'm back at the crib and will be here for a couple of weeks and still got to give another shout out to the sound man. He done traded in that Temu equipment and got him some real stuff. I know he all camera. Shout out to this. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Let me let y'all in on a little secret. When y'all used to see Digital Underground, y'all do know that Shock G and Humpty Hump were the same person, right? That's our sound man and Chico.
They call me Humpty. It's pronounced with the Humpty.
Yeah.
Girls used to like to Humpty. Appreciate y'all in the chat, man. What's going on, Uncle Neely, for real, man?
It's all good, man. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas out there, safe Merry Christmas. Now we into the New Year's week. Wishing everybody a productive, happy, and safe and healthy New Year as well. Chico!
Hold on. They already getting on me in the chat. They said Professor Chico of African Diaspora Studies. I'm checking in from Saginaw, Michigan. Shout out too.
What up, Reed?
Where my glasses? I should have put my glasses on.
Yeah, you got that Professor Afro History haircut now at the PWI. If he was at an HBCU, he have the type fade, but at the PWI, he has to accentuate his blackness in his hairstyle and let him know he ain't forgot where he came from.
Oh Lord! Y'all, wow!
Oh my God!
There it is. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Orlando, Florida, up in this thing. So what up, fam? Oh no, let's go, Chico. Checking in from what is that? Spanaway, Washington. Man, I hope all is well.
All is well, Corey. Appreciate that.
Praise God in that.
We're gonna put that in the budget for the new year.
Yeah, had to. You got your Santa Claus hat on. I see you. Delta's in the building.
Delta Sigma Theta in the house. St. Louis Mo. Much love from Louisville, Kentucky. Baltimore, MD. Body More Murder Land. What up? North Kakalaki, Michigan in here. Dallas, Columbia, Missouri. Man, y'all worldwide.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Upgraded from Temu to Radio Shack. Man, is Radio Shack still around?
No, that's their point, that you really still ain't went all the way yet. But
okay, well, yeah, that's like saying I went from something to Blockbuster, Blockbuster, right? It's like one Blockbuster still left out there in the world, right?
Yeah, maybe one. Yeah, that one. That one. Chico, let me tell you something. I know they out there saying, damn, UNKandCHICO in a good mood. Man, if you think I'm finna hang my head low, being 9-4, you must don't know football.
That's what I'm saying. 9-4 on the season, coming off a 4-8 season. Before that, 1-11.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's a successful season. I don't care how you look at it. You know, you have to look at it from a straight negative perspective to not, see it as a great season for everything.
I got one thing I got to point out to the people out there. They need to look close because Chico is not holding his mic. Chico got a mic stand now.
Man, I'm doing like Snoop Dogg said back in the day. I'm stepping my game up, dog.
Man, I think my Uncle Byron told me he sent it to you.
Yeah.
He told me you got that. You sell everything.
He looked out for me.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to Uncle Byron.
Denver in the building. Yeah, speaking of Denver, shout out to Denver and everybody in the surrounding areas who came out to the watch party that we had, along with my guys at Denver Sports Betting. Had a watch party that went down at Freedom Street Social, of course, out in Arvada, Colorado. Had a bunch of people there. Taylor J showed up. Goonsville Clothing, Petro showed up.
It's all right.
I think DJ Fedora did a post and shout out and everybody. So everybody who was there watching the game, of course, we didn't come out with the win, but shout out to you guys for coming there. This microphone got some fuzz on it, getting on my nose, man. I'm really looking like Shannon Sharp now.
What that mic mean, Chico? What you did with that mic before you hooked it up?
It was just in the box. It was just in the box.
We're
not going after dark yet.
If you got fuzz on it, it's been in the box, all right. Then we trying to figure out who box. That's the microphone been in.
Lord, Lafayette, Louisiana in the building. Oh, now. Let me see. Shiloh balled out last night.
Mm-hmm.
Booger Sugar. Somebody said, damn.
Yeah.
I know what that is from back in the day. You don't want none of that. Top college towns. Yeah, y'all put our top 5 draft that we need to have. Put that in the chat right now. Of course, we're gonna do a recap. You want to go ahead and get into the recap
about the ball game?
Might as well. Let's talk about the ball game.
That's what we're here for. It's Sunday night. We played on Saturday night. It was 24 hours ago. Let me start at the end and we can work our way back to the beginning. It was belt to ass, like we got whooped. And one of the most frustrating things about that whooping, at least for me, Chico, let me know where you stand on it, particularly in that first and second quarter. There were so many woulda, couldas, shouldas where you could have not only been in the game, but even had the lead. You had a uncharacteristic special teams play. That for me was a net swing of 10 points, when you had a missed field goal and then you had a punt return allowed for a touchdown. That's 10 points there. Man, you take that off and instead of 17-0 or 7-0. And then every time that the defense would capitalize and get a takeaway or a big stop, the offense just couldn't do anything with the ball. And that became just systemic. I think in the first quarter, one time we had 1 first down to their 5. And by the time you got to halftime, it might have been 9 first downs for them and 2 for us. And they were dominating the clock game, even though at one point in the third quarter, the time of possession did tighten up. As the game wore on and went on, as great as our defense was playing for most of the game, you just can't leave your defense out on the field that much and not have something being there by a break with a score. But I do like what we were doing defensively, particularly in that first half when we were energetic. But the offense didn't travel to the bowl game, man. It's just that simple. Special teams didn't travel to the bowl game, and that's what you get. You get the outcome that you got when that happens. We can dig deeper into the reasons why, this unit failed or this unit let somebody down, but it was a team loss. Everybody on the team is accepting that. Nobody is pointing fingers, at another unit or blaming an individual player or things of that nature. It was really almost like that Nebraska game or that Kansas game where every break we needed to go our way, just as we were getting ready to turn the momentum, the direct opposite happened. And so you never fully, even though the score was reachable at some points from a math standpoint, you were never able to get momentum on your side.
Yeah. Just overall, watching the game, you'll look at it and say, man, we weren't in the game from the get-go, 36-14 loss. If we could have put up some points on the board, to go along with, we had 3 picks, 4 turnovers, 3 picks, I think it was. Am I mistaken? We sat there myself.
On 2 of them picks, man, man, shout out to just the excellent ball play and effort by BYU on those. You know, they were not like some errant throw by Shador into triple coverage or something. You know, one of them was a tip pass where a guy missed it, and then this dude just lays out and catches it. Another one was like a throw toward out of bounds, and the guy just does a Travis Hunter-esque play and makes a dive and catches it before he goes out of bounds. And so some of those, you know, were just like, damn, great play. I can't do them to scratch my head on it. But, you know, we had some takeaways. We had some nice takeaways, one in the end zone and one on the 5-yard line. So this game could have been much worse than it was. I just think it still gets back to Chico, and I want to shut up and listen. I just think it still gets back to that the offense just failed to produce from the first snap to the last snap.
Yeah, man. Time of possession, of course, you talked about 35 minutes for BYU. They really, you know what? Dukes and I, we were on live. We were calling this, and he said in the first half, he was like, "Man, they only have like 100+ yards, 150 yards right now.
Yeah.
If you told me before the game that we're going to hold the team to 305 yards for the game, we're going to win that ball game."
Absolutely.
You know, but if you look at it, we were giving them short fields, you know, on the punts and things of that nature. We took the sack, which put us in a situation where Alejandro Mata had to try for his long at 47 yards on the season, and he missed that field goal. But had we not taken a sack there, or had we completed a pass there, even on the one on Travis Hunter, had he not, you know, bobbled that ball, that could have been the first down pickup. Who knows? But a lot of different plays that stood out throughout the ball game. I think the defense kept us there to where we were in striking range. Even at halftime, I think we were in striking range. And I think the guys in there, from what I saw, was inside the locker room still confident in each other and knowing that we could pull out this win if we just stick together, do what we're supposed to do. But all in all, you know, we look at I said this on live also. Coach Prime always says this: I have a bad moment, but I don't have a bad day, right? And if you put that in context with this season, we had a bad game, but we didn't have a bad season.
You know, we went 9-4. Not. Yeah, absolutely not. And look, you see this guy right there, not the Santa ball. That guy right there, number 2.
So we can see, make sure we see it. Yes,
that guy right there. And 2, I trust. And you know, he didn't win the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award as no fluke or no gimme. Like, the guy's the best quarterback in college football this year. Having said that, from a situational standpoint, you can't take a 23-yard sack, man. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to throw the ball to be on the sideline. You got to throw it to Miss Peggy up in the stands, you know, because you can't take yourself as tight as that game was and as a premium as getting points were in that situation. You can't take yourself out of field goal range. You know, and Mata don't miss when it's in Mata's range. You know, you can't. Let me tell you something Albert Einstein said. You ready for this, big dog Chico?
Break it down for me,
man, but they said he was a genius. Let me tell you what Albert Einstein said.
Okay.
Albert Einstein said you can't judge a fish by his ability to climb a tree.
I think I need to.
And so when you ask somebody to do something that they don't damn do, you can't get mad when it don't work.
Right.
Like, Mata don't kick 48-yard field goals. Like, right. You know, like that just is what it is. He can grow to that and develop in that, but that's not where he is right now. And when we push the ball back, taking a 23-yard sack and now creating a 48-yard field goal when you were well in field goal range, that's 3 points off the board, man. And same thing on the kickoffs. We didn't put them out the back of the end zone, so they were able to get runs. We didn't cover well on special teams. One of the punts, they ran all the way back, and he was untouched. Uncharacteristic special teams play. Special teams did not play special at all. And again, the offense was anemic. It was weak. You know, it was not productive to have 2 of the best players in college football on one side of the ball, and Travis and Shador, not to mention Jimmy Horn being back, Wester out there, and Will Shepherd. The offensive production could have been much better. Bright spot on the offense, we just didn't stick with it. Last time I checked, 25 divided by 5 is 5. Last time I checked, you only need about 3 and some inches yards per carry to get a first down. I got Michael Welch, man. He averaged 5 yards a carry. We just stopped giving him the ball.
Yeah, he was battling it too, breaking tackles behind the line of scrimmage, at the line of scrimmage, still falling forward, getting those yards. We were saying that while watching the game. Also, we were breaking down like the game plan. You got to give it up for Coach Sataki and BYU and their game plan, the way they came out, switching things up on the defense side of the ball, dropping 8 guys, blitzing 3 from all different directions. I said this, and y'all let me know in the chat if y'all think so also. I think that the game plan for the defensive side of the ball for BYU, they came in saying that instead of trying to really confuse Shedeur Sanders, the best player on the team, we think that we can play a game, and this is from what I observed, right? I think we can play a game to where we can play chess at the line of scrimmage. We can try to confuse those young freshmen up front. Instead of trying to go with an experienced guy in Shedeur Sanders and confuse him, let's confuse the guys up front. Because if they can't block for him, now he has bullets coming at him, and he might be seeing ghosts by the third quarter, which I think he was, because these blitzes are coming and not being picked up from the offensive line. And I think it was because of the schemes. They'll come from one way, then they'll come from here. They'll show the same look, but bring another guy. So the offensive line wasn't trusting their eyes, in my opinion, and able to pick up the blitzers who were coming, because they were only sending 3 guys most of the time, and then a 4th guy's a blitzer, and they were dropping the rest of the guys. So I think they played the game there. They were able to get pressure on Shedeur, and when Shedeur is able to find like Travis and get him the ball in space, he can make guys miss and get the yards after the catch and get a touchdown like we saw him do. So, I think we just didn't execute overall. Of course, we saw that. BYU came in with a great game plan, in my opinion. And, they came to play ball, like Coach Prime said. They came to win, and that's what they did.
Yeah, I like that. And let me flip the narrative and take the other side of the equation. I think you did a excellent analysis there about what they did with their defensive line. So let me talk about what we failed to do. You had 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarters. You really had all 4, but you had at least the first 2.5 of seeing what they did, and we never adjusted to it. Let me tell you this: you get off that plane in San Antonio, and you get off that bus at the Alamo Dome, and your weapons are downfield guys, and you know that the other team at some point is going to try to take away what you do well. But here's the opportunity that we missed, Chico, when you described their defensive line coming from different directions. Instead of trying to get the offensive line to give you time to throw a ball 40 yards in the air, all you needed was a time enough to throw the ball 4 yards and let the guy run for 36.
Yes,
it's
sir.
Still 40 yards. We missed an opportunity to dink and dunk this thing down the field, become more of a game management situation versus a hero from the quarterback. You didn't need somebody running, go routes or deep balls. You could have done some check down stuff and trust that eventually Wester and Jimmy Horn's speed is going to make somebody miss. And next thing you know, you've 30, 40, 50 yards down the field in field goal range or score range. We never adjusted to that. The final point I would say is this, man. And it's one of the things that we're going to see, Chico, going forward is may take, 2 to 4 years before we really see it. But this new ruling where JUCO's guys' time doesn't count against them, you're going to see people have BYU talent in the trenches. Oh, Neely, what do you mean? Hey, man, them jokers are 25, 26 years old down there. Them grown-ass men.
Grown-ass men,
When you go to BYU and schools like that, you go off on and do mission work, and, you're in school longer. And so it's nothing when you play them. The average age of their team 24, 25 years old, and your team is 17, 18 years old. And I think going forward, people's teams are going to be a little older playing experience-wise and age. And if you never play ball, you might not get this. I don't care what sport it is. It's a big damn difference between somebody 20 and somebody 25. And that's definitely not just a football IQ. I'm talking about the weight room and how you move and treat your body. So hats off to BYU and the coaching staff. Proved by beating us in the way they beat us that they are certainly top tier in this conference, as they were most of the season. Just like us in preseason, they were predicted to be at the bottom, and here both of us were facing off in the bowl game. Going to be a very interesting rematch at Folsom Field this fall because they do come to Colorado. And I believe, Chico, and I know we're going to get into it in the show later on, I believe that in totality, in aggregate, the 2025 Buffaloes are going to be better than the 2024 Buffaloes, even though you're losing significant individual talent.
We're going to definitely get into the 2025 Buffaloes. I want to go back real quick because you said it perfectly to where when I was talking about them blitzing and from all different levels, from all different directions, the best way to counter that is exactly what you said. No need to be a hero, be a game manager now. But it also goes with the play calling too. It's time for the 3-step drops. It's time for the quick game. It's time for, as you said, the dinking and the dunking down the field that would eventually open up the big plays if you want to go downfield. But I think the dinking and the dunking for us would have been great because at that point, now the athletes will now kick in. You got to tackle these guys in space now. Travis, Jimmy, LeJohntay Wester, you give him the ball with a chance to run after the catch. And that's what that dinking and dunking would have done. I think we would have had more of a chance to put some points on the board had we done that a lot more in this ball game.
And one more thing as we wrap up, closing out this game, I'm gonna start it with what I said earlier. I know a lot of people are just joining us coming on this live. You're not going to get me to inherit a 1-11 program, take it to 4-8, increase it to a 9-4 with a bowl game loss, and I'm gonna sit here hanging my head down like something wrong. The arrow is absolutely pointing up in this program. This ain't no sell stock right now. This is buy. You know, you need to be all in on what Coach Prime is built and building in Colorado. Having said that, Chico, here's another opportunity, you know, again, to flip it to the other side of the ball. We've been talking about the offensive, defensive look. In that second half, you know, I think we did what we had to do. We got to get the ball. We got to get the quarterback uncomfortable. We got to send some people at him. And when BYU realized that was happening, they invited that blitz and they just waited patiently on that screen and just dumped it right over the tops of their heads. Yes. And now that dink and dunk game, now he's gone for 15 yards and first down. Now this whole process of the clock working against you starts over. And I think that, you know, that started hurting us in the back half of the game as much as the inept offensive play on the first half hurt us. So all in all, man, hats off to BYU. They did the damn thing. They got out the Alamo Bowl with a Valero Alamo Bowl victory.
Most definitely, man. Shout out to them. Played a great game. Shout out to the coach once again. Sataki been doing his you know, a great job for the longest out there at BYU.
Oh yeah, dog. You know. Let me take this, Chico.
Yeah.
If somebody gave you a pencil and a blank piece of paper and said, "Hey man, draw a college football coach," he'd be the guy you draw, man. Like no
a
neck,
good one. Yeah.
That big head. You
know?
Like, hey man, he looked like a cartoon football coach, man.
Yes, he does. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Where was the coaches up in the room all season? Coach Pollard could have helped us differently. Oh man, Coach Pollard, I think, does a great job and has done a great job since at Jackson State. So you know, hey, listen.
That question relative to who's on the field and who's up in the box.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking right there.
It didn't change this game. It was the same. It was the same personnel up top and down low. Coach Pollard was there.
They got to get Coach Prime that extension so Neely can get him a crib.
Why people think Neely ain't got a crib just because you ain't got the address? Like did they think I just walk around and bowl all night like I'm home?
You sleep on the ground somewhere, sleep in the office.
Goonsville mail that shit somewhere to an address. Somebody ain't got no
Speaking of Goonsville, shout out to Goonsville Clothing.
Shout out to Goonsville.
Happy New Year's to everybody. This is the final Sunday of the year, right?
That's it, man. This the last Sunday night live. I got a feeling it'll be another one this week. But this is the last Sunday night live of 2024.
Happy New Year's to everybody out there. As Goonsville just said, matter of fact, let's put this up here for everybody checking in right now since we got a lot of people in here right now. Appreciate all of our sponsors and our supporters out there like mdjoriginal.com. Use our code MDJ10 for 10% off at checkout. You can get you a hoodie, some like the one Neely got on, not that one exactly, but some like that one. Go to the website, use that code as soon as you can. Also, you can go get your drink on at lawswhiskeyhouse.com. Use our code at Buffs Pregame 10 for 10% off at checkout right now. Not right now, but right now. Get you get your drink on. Holla at your boy, tell them that we sent you. Also, like we said, GoonsvilleClothing.com. Use code UNKandCHICO 2025 for 10% off at checkout. What are you waiting on? Like the song said back in the day, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Get you some beats right there. Y'all hear this beat in the background? Y'all can get y'all some just like that. Shout out to Big Beats.
And you still, even though it's not on this particular episode, shout out to the family over at Game Time. You can still use that code BUFFS to get your tickets to any event, sporting, comedy show, concert, doesn't matter. Create you an account. When you download the app, create you an account. Use the code BUFFS. We're going to take $20 off your first purchase. No hidden fees. Get to see the views from your seats. Rock out with Game Time.
Yes. Get you some dogs. Let's see here. What's going on? We got some more stuff to talk about. Plenty of stuff. We got For the Culture coming up. We got Hollywood coming up. Entertainment news. Also, we have breaking news that just went on earlier.
You ain't got no sound effect for breaking news?
Breaking news. I don't have. I'm working on it. I just got it. I'm working on it. Goodness.
No, not you. Talking about the sound man.
I'm working on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on him. Sound man, give me what you got back there. Sound. You got that. All right. We're going to take it to Jamaica one time.
Break.
All right. Matter of fact, Neely, I did have a voiceover. Watch this. Listen to this right here. This is from you on DNVR show this past week. Listen to this. I do have this.
And I didn't play, but I'm one of them. One thing I love about Coach Prime, man, he doesn't run from losses. Like y'all heard him at the press conference tonight, in the locker room to the teams. Like, look, they were more prepared. You know, they clearly studied film more than we did. They clearly took advantage of the moments that they had to rest, took advantage of the moments that they had to work. They came here more ready to play than we were, and they whooped us. Like, he ain't over there scratch. He said, oh, we could have done this. Oh, did that. Y'all just come here. Let's kumbaya. They won the game, man. They won it just decisively.
Yeah. I mean,
I hope everybody could hear that out there. Could you hear that, Unc?
I could hear it loud and clear.
All right, great, man. I just wanted to play that and let everybody know. You know, did you want to expand on that any?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've been talking about it. It is what it is. Coach Prime will tell you that post-game press conferences are more fun when we win. And luckily we had 9 wins and didn't have to deal with the loss side but 4. But the bottom line is, man, you can't run from this stuff. You can't hide from this stuff. If you're going to sit in front of the camera when you win one, you got to sit in front of the camera when you lose and discuss why you lost it. And the fact of the matter is, whereas we can identify things we should have done differently, we could have done differently. The fact is you can't take anything from BYU in this process. Their coaching staff, their student athletes, everything they did to get out of there with a win, they came in there prepared to do. And the more prepared team won. You know, I think that player to player, position to position, we clearly have some better, athletes than they do, if you want to chalk it up that way. But when you look at the totality of coming together for a team and playing as a team and winning or losing as a team, they did everything that they need to do to play collectively, to communicate out there, to make adjustments. And that was one of the key areas we failed in. We did not make adjustments after seeing what they were going to do. We kept doing the same thing.
All right. We're going to move on to this right here. This was the breaking news that came on, that really broke right before we came on air. And that is 2 of our great young coaches will be heading to Mississippi State, according to reports. Coach Dancy and Coach Phil Lodeholt will be heading to Mississippi State. Coach Dancy, of course, going back to his home state after playing, years at Jackson State and being a coach at Mississippi Valley State for 5 seasons. Coach Lodeholt, formerly of Ole Miss, also had to stop at Oklahoma during his coaching career before coming to Colorado. Now he's heading to Mississippi State. Can you talk about, the impact that these 2 guys have made, and also how Coach Prime, in my opinion, I made this post, a lot of people saying, man, you just ride Coach Prime. I'm saying that, he has created these opportunities for these guys. They earned it, of course, but he identified the talent and gave them the opportunity, like a Coach Dancy, and now they're parlaying that into even a bigger opportunity to go in the SEC and to play football. I'm sure there's a huge raise in that also, financially. So can you talk about that and what they meant to the program at Colorado?
Yeah, let me just take it in some sections and pieces, and in no particular order of prioritization. So please don't take the first thing I say as the most important, or the last thing I say is the least. First and foremost, two excellent coaches, two excellent men. Mississippi State is getting some quality individuals that know their craft and know what they're doing. They're going to make a nice impact on that program. Leaving Colorado to coach the same positions at Mississippi State that they were coaching in Boulder. That's offensive line for Coach Phil Loholt, and that's defensive ends, outside linebackers for Coach Dancy. So they still have their own rooms doing their same thing. And I know for Dancy at least, let me also say this: neither one of these two have I talked to since Saturday night, but just knowing them personally and professionally, hell, I'm home right now, Chico. I couldn't wait to get off that plane to get back to the crib, for some R&R. So for Dancy to be able to go home and continue his coaching thing, I know it has to be monumental for him. For Loholt, who wanted to be back in the quote unquote SEC blue blood, if you will, because wanted to go up to the NFL. Cannot do anything but wish them the best and much success. And then, as you pointed out, man, I don't care if people, call it riding or call it the truth. These guys were talented a couple of years ago. These guys were accomplished a couple of years ago. But in all of their years in coaching and doing what they've been doing, nobody gave them a damn chance before Deion Sanders did. And it was with the 1 year Coach Phil Loholt with Deion Sanders and the 2 years for Coach Vincent Dancy with Deion Sanders that led to this opportunity. And there's no way you can take part of that and not take the other part. This ain't the cafeteria plan where you pick what you want from the story. You got to tell the whole story. And Coach Prime recognized in them what they had and was able to grant them and give them that opportunity to showcase it. And it became, something other people wanted now because people saw what they were able to do. Now,
hold on. Having said that, Ocho, listen. A lot of people wouldn't have seen a lot of these things without the cameras. Ocho had Prime not done these things the way that he's doing them, had Deion Sanders Jr., yourself, Darius, not done the things and shown behind the scenes and shown how these guys are actually in their coaching. These other coaches see that too, and that's a damn good coach, and I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So you guys have a great part in that also. They owe something to you guys too, not in that way, but in a good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it's being showcased also, but then also it's in the work too with leading the Big 12 in sacks.
I appreciate those flowers, and that's one of the things I do when I first meet coaches when they come on board with Coach Prime. I let them know, we're here to showcase you. We're here to put you in your best light. If there's something you're doing in your room that you wanted to, be kept in house because it's a secret to your success, let us know. But otherwise, we're going to show you doing what you do because these are digital resumes for you. You got ADs watching, you got boosters watching, you got other coaches watching. Where I was about to go, Chico, was just a personal look at it. Now, you heard me give those two guys their flowers. Mm-hmm. They are very accomplished coaches and will be accomplished. Having said that, I can't say that Mississippi State in the SEC is a better path forward on the coaching tree than being with Coach Prime in Colorado in the Big 12. I honestly can't say that. I'm not going to say that for me and my measuring stick that's a lateral move, meaning equal or a move up. When you look at the state of Mississippi State's program, it ain't just rebuilding; they losing, like they starting over. And you inherit that. You are part of that head coach's record now. And what I love about what we have going on in Colorado is not only have rebuilt and now have a winning platform to build off of. When you look at the players in the rooms, Chico, Jordan Seaton going pro, and he's going first round. And let me give you a practical example of right now. Whether you're on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball, everybody in that building gets to say on their resume that they coached the Heisman Trophy winner. And sometimes when you can't, articulate wins and losses in a positive way, the other thing you put on your coaching resume is who you have put to the next level, whether that is coaches under you or players under you. And I know that's going to be a challenge going over from Colorado to Starkville from I know it's the SEC conference. I get that. That's the big conference in college football, but you went to the bottom of the big conference. And I think where Colorado is headed, Vincent Dancy's future with Coach Prime was very bright. You're talking about, let's keep it real. Chico, you want to keep it a thou wow?
You keep it a thou wow. I'm going to keep it thou wow too. Now go ahead. Let's do it.
We ain't talking about what you like. We ain't talking about what you want to have. And we being real pragmatic when it comes to football and coaching opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know that this time next year, Rob Livingston's phone going to be ringing?
I would say it's ringing right now.
No, it's ringing now, but he ain't finna come somewhere for a year and leave.
Yeah.
Like that falls along the kind of loyalty lines. You want to be somewhere.
Hold up now. Don't say that. Don't say that. Or do you want to say that? Because they're saying that in the chat also. Because
no, I'm just not about. I'm not even reading the chat. I'm talking about the way the profession works. You go somewhere for a year, and no matter what success you have, it really ain't the catapult that you wanted to have. You can't do something just once. And so a Rob Livingston is not going to leave like in that first year. But you better believe that phone is ringing next year. And there's the opportunity right there for Vincent Dancy or Hilo. The defense coordinator is in that. The next defensive coordinator is in that building right now.
Right.
The next offensive coordinator is in that building right now.
Do you think they're thinking of this right here? That's one avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And here go Chico. I'm going to keep it a thou wow too, but I'm going to play the devil's advocate on this.
Keep it filthy. Go filthy McNasty.
You about it. Here we go. What if I'm saying I'm going to strike while the iron is hot in my head? It might be a bad judgment or not bad judgment or a different judgment that, someone on this side would make, or maybe thinking in the way that you're thinking in the long run with Coach Prime. Maybe he's thinking the same, man, this about 150, 200 more thousand, than what I'm making, or maybe what I will be making. I'm getting that right now to go home. Maybe if this was going somewhere else, maybe I wouldn't take it, but this is to go home and to do. I might want to take this opportunity now. Some people might think like that. I understand it either way.
So first things first, it ain't my damn business.
Right.
First things first. Nobody owes me.
We just talking about it though.
No. Let me answer your question.
Yeah.
First things first, it ain't my damn business. Just because I like chocolate, you ain't got to explain to me why you like vanilla. That's your personal choice. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even gonna sit here and debate it back and forth with nobody. Mm-hmm. Having said that, to directly respond to what you just said, I bet you $100 it ain't that big of a pay increase.
Well, see, now I don't want to go into speculations, like you said.
Hold on, because
I don't know exactly how much it is. I just know.
Chico, time out.
Okay.
What is Mississippi State? It is a public institution. Salaries are public. You might not know it today, but you're gonna know it in a couple of weeks. Contracts are public.
So you don't think it's
I bet you it had nothing to do with money. It's about going home. It's the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I'm never gonna knock a man for wanting to go home. However, all I'm saying is this, Chico. You, and I'm talking about me now. I'm not talking about Dancy. Dancy's a great coach. Dancy has a great future. I have no issue with him at all. Did great things in Mississippi Valley, did great things in Colorado, will do great things going forward. Yeah. I'm saying to you in the football audience, if you're looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, the pot of gold path, the rainbow path, is shorter from Colorado with Deion Sanders than it is from Starkville, and it's the worst team in the SEC. That's all I'm saying.
Reverend, you're preaching to the choir right now. I understand exactly what you're saying.
You don't want to jump your ass out there talking about devil's advocate. You step
this for both sides, baby. It's for both sides. They don't want to just hear us just talking, agree with each other all the time. But I understand. But I see some people in the chat were saying this way. I just answered the question, and you answered it perfectly.
Chico, I understand.
Break it down.
I understand what you're saying. But when I say 2 + 2 is 4, you don't have to take devil's advocate to say, what if it's 5? It ain't 5.
No.
It's 4. It ain't about agreeing or disagreeing. It's math, ninja. Like,
no, I was saying it was 5. I was saying
what I'm telling y'all out there, Chico, is this. Now, hear me out now. I don't care where you're trying to get to. I don't care if you're trying to get to the NFL. I don't care if you're trying to get to a coordinator position. I don't care where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
When you go to Walmart, you get in the long line or the short line.
I'm getting in the short line.
Period. So what I'm telling you is the short line to where you're trying to get to is with Deion Sanders in Colorado than it is with Mississippi State.
Yeah.
That's
and
all
what I'm telling you is I understand. I know that.
I know you understand.
Okay. Just
I know you understand.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
I know you understand,
Ocho.
But again, now before somebody chop this up, try to make it something that it ain't. Let me start back at the beginning. Coach Phil Lodeholt, Coach Vincent Dancy are exceptional coaches at their craft.
And that's why they
Mississippi State could not be getting a better man coach than Phil Lodeholt and Vincent Dancy. What they do, they're going to make a positive impact on those young men, a positive impact on those players, under their tutelage. And I wish them nothing but continued success. And Coach Prime himself has said, in this coaching industry, you either get elevated or terminated. Like you either move up or you move completely out. Those are the only two things that happen, in this industry. And they are taking an opportunity as they see fit for themselves and their family, to do what is in their best interest. Coach Prime, I'm sure, ain't wishing them nothing but the best. I know I don't wish them nothing but the best. All I was adding to it is I just stayed my ass in Colorado.
That's it. Now, let's move on. I'm going to play this right here. Before we move on, we're going to let Vincent Dancy speak for himself. I was able to catch up with him. What was that? This past season, I called him in the hallway. I just asked him, about his relationship with Coach Prime and talking about, his past. So here's the voice of Coach Vincent Dancy. Tell me your background real quick.
Played at Jackson State. Good career at Jackson State University. Played safety at Jackson State. Ended up getting into the coaching world on the coach commentary at Jackson State. Traveled with him everywhere he went. They ended up going to Mississippi Valley, becoming the head coach at Mississippi Valley for 5 years, and came with Prime to Colorado.
And did that relationship with Coach Prime happen when he went out there to visit Mississippi Valley, or was it before?
Nah, it was before Mississippi. It was before he came to visit me at Mississippi Valley. We met at the yearly annual coaches media day. Mm-hmm. And it was just genuine, we talked, man, had great conversations. It was genuine, man. He ended up helping me out a whole lot, was a mentor for me, man. Been everything for me, from friend, mentor, father figure, whatever you want to say, man. He's been the world to me, and all I can do is give it back to him with hard work.
Sure. There he is right there, straight from Coach Dancy's mouth, talking about how important Coach Prime has been to him and his career. And I just wanted to play that. I felt that was important to play so people can hear how he felt.
You did that?
All right. I did that. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You certainly captured how he felt the day you talked to
him. Hey, somebody said Nancy Faye going to be different now. Come on, man. The Nancy Faye go.
You know that's funny.
Nancy Faye hit the portal. Now, that was funny. Sharon Jemison, let me see. I see she's been active in the chat. Let me see what she's saying right here. Hold on. I'm thrilled with the O-line coach change. Okay. It felt as there.
Let me say this to
challenge with some of the players. I could be wrong. Oh.
Let me say this to Ms. Jamison and all the listeners out there. This is now my fifth football season with Coach Prime. And one thing I have seen him do every one of those seasons, even when going undefeated with championships in the SWAC, is make significant changes in the staff. Some of this stuff and the stuff that's happening is going to happen just because that's how he manages his organization. Where you're not dominant, you're not going to the level that he wants to go, he makes changes. So there's going to be some more changes that happen on the staff in the next 1 to 21 days. You can just bank on that. That's the nature of this business. He's going to move people around in the building. Some people are going to move up, taking opportunity, like Dancy and Loadholder taking there. And there's literally nothing wrong with that. But to what Ms. Jameson is saying to others, rest on this comfortability. I have never seen Coach Prime make a coach change or have to manage a coach change and things did not get better. Sometimes you will think things are going the way they should be, and an opportunity opens that you didn't see coming, and you put a new person there, and that person ends up being better than the old person, but it wasn't a change that you were going to make. Like nature forced you to make that change. Like for instance, Vincent Dancy, excellent DN coach. Phil Loadhold, excellent O-line coach. Both of them are leaving. Bet money, whoever comes in to replace them is going to be more productive because now Coach Prime is going to go do some more kicking of the tires, some more vetting. The NFL phone already been ringing. Rest assured the edge rush room and the O-line room are going to be in good hands with the future coaches for those positions because it always gets better.
And any young coaches out there, potential coaches, I'm sure they're beating down the door trying to get in that position that Coach Dancy and Coach Phil Loho was in for multiple reasons. You know what I mean? To get next to Coach Prime, like you said, they probably see that opportunity right there. Exactly what you're talking about.
They probably not watching this show, but I give them this piece of honesty and try to help them out. Beating down the door to get to Deion Sanders ain't gonna get you in there. Like you have to come recommended by people that he respects and values. There's this old saying, it ain't what you know, is who you know.
Mm-hmm.
What the truth is, it ain't what you know, is who know you and who can speak up for you. Rob Livingston is there because people Deion Sanders believed in and spoke up for him and said, man, I'm telling you, this guy got what it takes. Same thing how Loadholt got there. Dancy was more so from a personal interaction and experience. But you have to understand, shooting somebody a text message and calling somebody 55 times ain't gonna get you in no room with Deion Sanders. It ain't who you know or what you know, it's who knows you. And do the works you've done, like the Bible says, speak for you.
Yeah. We've said many times, well, I've said many times on whether I've been on live or on the show that, all of Coach Prime's hires, you can look and see and trace back to, he knows him, and that's how he knows Coach Prime. It all, like the movie 6 Degrees of Separation, there's always a way to find the way back to Coach Prime, even before that guy knew that Coach Prime knew him. It goes back to what you're saying. It's about who knows you.
Man, look, because Coach Prime knew you as that guy to be stealing from him, and he said, Neely, just hire me at the bank.
Don't say that, dog. People gonna believe that, dog. You don't get. I should have the womp 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 sound.
You ain't got that one. You ain't got no nigga. What about that?
We'll have it next week.
What about that Price is Right hole when they get it wrong? Womp womp womp.
Yeah, that's what I need.
I love that one, man. That damn sound make a joker cry on this show.
Yeah, break down and cry on that. Matter of fact, shout out to my dog Cuzzo Fly out there in San Francisco. He went viral last year on The Price is Right. He was the guy that spent, I'm sure somebody in the chat seen this. He spun the wheel and he said a prayer to his grandma, and he spun the wheel and got it on $100. What is it? The $100, the dollar.
Yeah,
he got it on. I think he did it twice in a row and said a prayer to his grandma. He went viral last year for that. So shout out to my dog Cuzzo Fly. Part of the Loonies, the legendary Loonies.
Cuzzo Fly.
Yeah.
You see him with the Loonies?
With the Loonies. He one half of the Loonies. Yuck mouth in them, man.
Yeah. Every time I'm with Chris is rolling up a fatty.
Yeah, I got 5 on it. My dog. But he went viral. He was on The Price is Right of all things, man. That's crazy.
I got 5 on
it. They still touring right now.
They gonna eat forever off that, man. It's just like Mix-a-Lot and Baby Got Back, man. He ain't had to go to the studio again.
Hell no.
Just that one.
No.
And then 5 on the remix, man.
Yeah, but he also
in that horror movie. Don't.
They use that on commercials and everything. Every time they use it, they got to pay them boys. Same thing with Sir Mix-a-Lot. I think he produced that song, wrote it, and was the artist performed the song. So he was definitely got money from that. I think I could. Let me see something. I think I could do this on the new sound thing right here. I just go to it. Are we gonna do it for the culture in Hollywood tonight?
I saw a text come by from Arlenwood. I don't think she is gonna make it. I did not hear from. Let me check Bishop.
Well, that means we definitely gonna have a damn draft tonight. Then y'all let us know right now. What are we drafting? Who we drafting? How we drafting? Because we need to have 5 on it. Top 5 draft going down tonight.
And cut that shit off of their copyright.
You got to know how to do it. Huh?
He didn't mean it, y'all.
There you go. You got to talk over it. That's why I was talking over it.
Don't steal our money. Young Mal. He's sorry.
But you also can cut it out though after the video's over. But
you got. It's like on them old police movies. You got to hang up before the call get traced.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I got one more. I think I got one more. Let me see. Oh, we got one more we got to talk about, and that is the Colorado Newcomers class of 2025. Those guys are on the sideline. They've been practicing this past week. Juju Lewis, of course, been a leader out there. I should have had the guy pulled up right now, but I saw him on the clip. The defensive lineman, the short, stout one, kind of like Sapp.
Yeah.
Is it Hudson? My gosh, I can't believe I don't have his name right now.
Yeah,
I think it might be Hudson, but he looked like a ball player, man. Who are some of the guys out there that kind of looked good during the week that you saw?
Currently wearing 98, white boy McPherson.
Alexander McPherson.
I can't wait to Sapp get out the polish and the rag and smooth out those edges and really get some experience, because the raw talent he's bringing to the table is going to make some noise. Of course, we all seen what Juju has been doing since a freshman in high school and now early enrollee. Same thing with people coming over from the secondary and receiver room. I would tell you, Chico, I know that you're losing, a Cameron Silman Craig, and you're losing a Travis and a Shador. But the reason I think this team has gotten better going into the next year is that you may not have 3 10s, but now you got 10 9s. And the gap down to the next level of player is 8.5 and 8 instead of dropping from a 10 to a 7. So this team is going to have, more depth, more talent. There's going to be the receiver room is going to be just as talented as it was, this year. So I'm liking the way that this program has reloaded, not rebuilt. And as Coach Prime has said, when you look at that 4-8 season, not that 1-11 that he inherited, but that 4-8 season, we never going back there, dog. Like it's bowl games every year on out. It's competing for the Big 12, winning the Big 12 championship every year on out, which secures a place in the CFP. That's what this team is being built for. Not to just give it the best you can every year. So you'll see, coaching changes. You see players changing. 2025 is going to be a great year.
You spoke about Alexander McPherson coming off that edge.
Yeah.
I think that he made they made a big deal out of a play he made on one of the clips. I don't know if you want to give it away because they didn't show it on the clip. They just show the reaction. So I don't know if they want to keep that a secret or not. But you saw the team kind of rallying around him.
Look, let me tell you this: you don't have to keep no secret with somebody whooping ass. Like, and let me say this: the technique that he's using today to whoop ass will not be the technique he's using this fall, because he's going to be coached up and coached differently. He's going to grow and develop.
Like you say, he's raw right now.
Yeah, exactly. So you're seeing what he's able to accomplish. Coming out of high school, the IMG pipeline. You haven't seen him with the D. Lou fingerprints on him. You haven't seen him with Saps molding on him. You haven't seen him with the new edge rushing coach, who that may be, and his impact on him. So he's going to get better and grow, and you will be seeing more highlights, of him in the days to come.
Hey, shout out to Chef Solomon too. Somebody said whatever about Chef Solomon, but I see Chef Solomon name in the chat, so I just want to give a shout out to him. I saw you do a quick interview with him, man. He was down in San Antonio too, so shout out to Chef Solomon.
Yeah, he was, man. Had a great time. He was there, got to relax and be on vacay and not have to cook and do that kind of stuff. And Chico, you talked about, the spotlight that was put on Dancy and Phil Lodeholt and how that led to other jobs. I've had people ask me, hey, man, you sure you want to show Chef so much he might get a better opportunity and leave? I would love for Chef Solomon to get a better opportunity to leave. Why would we hide somebody's talent just so we can hold them captive? If Chef Solomon being on our videos leads for him to be greater, why wouldn't we advocate for that? Shout out to Chef Solomon. And one thing Chef Solomon said on the live show with me and the guys from DMVR, he said right before Prime got there, he was about to leave. And he said he decided to stay to see what that environment was going to be like. And he's glad he did. But I would love for Chef Solomon to get the hell up out of there and have a big and better opportunity, because that's what you want for friends and family and people, that have earned it. Same thing we want these coaches. I want Vincent Dancy to be successful in Mississippi State. I want Phil Lodeholt to be successful, because that just shows what a great decision it was for Coach Prime to hire them. And then it opens the opportunity for more brothers like them to get chances because they see it works.
Yep.
I want it to work.
Right. Coach Prime going to identify that talent, whether it's something like you said, somebody call him and lead him in the right direction, and he get him in the room and interview him. He's going to identify that talent. So we have no worries that whoever he brings in going to be, the right fit for the coaching staff and for the program. As we transition to, let's get to the For the Culture, man. You ready to get to For the Culture?
Man, if Dr. Charles Bishop is in the green room and he is ready to come on board and kick the knowledge, like we said back in the day, and add in on this cipher, man, let's go to For the Culture. You ain't got no push the button for the culture.
I will. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, hold on a second. Go widescreen on Chuck. He is a white folks' house. He look nice back there.
Oh, wild as hell, man.
What? I see a piano. It's daylight wherever he is. Like, let me tell you something. When it's daylight and the lights on, you know you got money.
You wide open, brother. Wide open.
Wide open.
There you go.
Hey, no. Like Ocho said, you shout out.
Chico. I ain't finished playing detective. Take me back to that wide shot. Look out that front door, that window, that bay window. You see all that daylight coming in? Then look at that recessed lighting. The lights on. Got a grand piano with the top open over there. Boy, let me tell you, Chico, you can't hide money.
Oh boy, it is always a pleasure.
They should have never gave you money.
They should have never gave you. Darkness is spreading.
Lord have mercy.
Wide open, Chico. Wide open, bro.
Wide open. He shout out. Like Ocho said about Unc, man. You shout out, Unc. You shout out.
Hey, Professor Charles Bishop, I got to show you something that I know you appreciate, because as the co-host of Inside the HB Sports Lab, as the anchor for the Culture on Sunday Night Live with Chico, and his first chair in 2025 for the Culture series is coming. Let me show you, because you might didn't see it. I got a Christmas gift for my guys, signed by Shiloh and signed by Cameron Silver Craig, and Cam wrote the D.I. Love on them.
That's dope.
For the Culture.
That's dope. You gotta love
that came from Jackson State. Shout out to Herman Smith as well. But the reason he's not on here, he had a stop in between. He didn't go directly from Jackson State to Colorado. But these two young brothers, been with them since their college careers then, and had to get their ink, man. And when Cam added that D I Love with the hashtag,
that made it even more.
Oh yeah.
That's like that's a real deal type collector type item right
ain't
there.
Got no
one of one.
But I got that.
One of one right there. One of one. You deserve a
big shout out. That's dope.
Let's talk about what's going on in the culture right now, in HBCU news and so on.
Yeah, no doubt.
One more thing before we get into that. I can't remember, Chuck. Which side was Vice Lord and which side was folk? I don't want to
wild as hell, boy.
We're gonna do it for I'm gonna put it in the middle. I'm gonna put it in the middle. Man.
You took me back to 80s Jackson with that, man. That was
man.
wild.
Out there in the Jackson Mall parking lot, man, which way your hat, man? You can't be up here any kind of way.
Hey, you better put it in the middle, ride neutral.
That's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to ride neutral.
I'm gonna keep everything to myself right now. I'm gonna keep everything to myself. I'm not even gonna go down that lane.
I was banging down there, Selma. You ain't got to.
was. Eels. Now to the 2 South SEL. You know what I mean? GDs, Vice Logs, folks, everything. Crips, Bloods, all y'all.
I promise, no more interruptions for the culture.
This for the culture, man.
Silly.
We are silly for no reason.
Boy, y'all wide open tonight. Big news tonight. Had breaking news tonight. Alabama A&M, they have named their new head football coach. It will be Sam Shade. Sam Shade coming over from Miles College, the Division II program. But you know Sam Shade from his playing days in the NFL, played with the Redskins, played with the Bengals. He's a disciple of Marvin Lewis. I mean, he's a tremendous coach, and he resurrected that Miles program to get them back into the mix of winning championships. Won an SIAC championship this past season, won a playoff game in the Division II playoffs, and probably more importantly for Alabama A&M fans, he beat their rival, Alabama State, this past season. So huge for Alabama A&M to add Sam Shade as their 22nd head coach to take over the helm now at Alabama A&M. And I always say Alabama A&M, it's a bit of a jewel sitting in the SWAC. Huntsville is an up-and-coming city. So that is a strong hire for Alabama A&M.
I think so.
Yeah, that is, man. And I liked your connection with Miles beating their rival, because one of the things I was going to ask you before you stated that, and you can still pontificate on if you may, one of the last times that this happened in the SWAC and led to some success is when Jackson State got Comedy from Tuskegee.
Yes.
And everybody's like, oh, man, can you come from a small school like that and coach a powerhouse? But if he's already at the small school and beating their rival, what's he going to do with the budget now? Like, it should do great things, huh?
Great things. I think that's a very good point, Neely, when you start to take a look at that. And now we have a sort of a trend. We have 3 Division II coaches that are bumping up to FCS. You got Tremaine Jackson going from Valdosta State to Prairie View. You got Sam Shade, of course, going from Miles to Alabama A&M. And then you also have North Carolina A&T. They brought back a young man that was at Fort Valley State. Name just slipped my mind real quick. But North Carolina A&T, they went to Division II route and brought back one of their own. So you have a bit of a trend. So I think everybody starts getting caught up, Neely, in quote unquote celebrity or whatever the case might be. I hate the terminology because a coach is a coach. But the reality of the situation is you have a good mix of both when you start taking a look at Deshaun Jackson at Delaware State, Michael Vick at Norfolk State now, and now you have these hires in the SWAC. So it's going to be really interesting this upcoming year to see how things go.
Chuck, I got to tell you, Dr. Bishop, there's nothing like your profound breakdown of what's going on in Black college football. And we can always count on, at the same time, you are giving us just pure Black excellence. Somebody in the chat come with the foolishness.
I knew you was going to say
so. Just as you were breaking that down, somebody said in the chat that you were at Frank Lucas' house. So I want to encourage you, don't get your hand ahead mashed under the piano. And you don't white alpaca. You got to block that.
You got to blot alpaca. Yeah, exactly.
I will say this, what you mentioned about the environment of Huntsville. Bossy Sanders was in Boulder right before we left for the bowl game, and I was talking to her about how she was enjoying being at A&M, and A&M, as you know, is in Huntsville. And one thing I will say about Huntsville, because of all the science, engineering, and rocket testing money, that it really is a thriving, up-and-coming, rising income base there, a quote-unquote emerging Black Wall Street, if you will. So rich environment and a rich HBCU space for him to go coach football there as well. So he should be able to recruit.
Yeah, it should be able to recruit. And then when you start talking about the campus itself, the campus is a beautiful, beautiful campus. So that adds one more little nugget in terms of not only the campus but Huntsville environment as a whole. So, like I said, that Huntsville area, Alabama A&M could be sort of a sleeping jewel sitting in the SWAC. And let me go back. The name came back to me, Sean Gibbs, as a young man going from Fort Valley State to North Carolina A&T. So, you got some trends, if you will, going on within HBCU football. So it makes for an exciting time. So I think we still have Mississippi Valley in terms of they need to fill that coaching vacancy there at Mississippi Valley. But two new names that really should reinvigorate these programs at Prairie View and at Alabama A&M. Both schools, they say, they're on the hill, if you will. So you got two A&M schools and whatnot that have added a new coach. Beautiful facilities, beautiful campuses. It'll be interesting to see what they can do.
Man, I love it. And Chuck, and too, Chico, one of the things I'm big on is when somebody moves from a space, it opens up an opportunity at that space. So please keep us posted, Chuck, on who's going to fill these jobs at Miles and these other HBCUs now that their current coaches have moved up, because odds are they're going to be hiring somebody, like an Ed Reed, like a Ray Lewis, and I know that some people get mad at these quote unquote celebrity coaches who ain't paid their dues. That's a whole nother think tank piece out there. Dive right into it if you want to, Chuck. Just dive right in.
So I always take a look at it like this, Neely. I mean, I can't blame a school for trying a different something. Let's take Jackson State, for instance. I mean, they tried the tried and true alum. They tried the up-and-coming assistant coach who was a top-notch recruiter. They tried the disciplinarian. Jackson State football, honestly, was mediocre football for a good 7-year period until they caught lightning in a bottle with Coach Prime coming to Jackson State. You saw what he was able to do. So I'm always sort of like, okay, I get the argument that an individual, quote unquote, has not paid their dues, but if they come in with the requisite amount of passion, they come in with the requisite amount of hard work, which we saw firsthand that Coach Prime was able to do at Jackson State. I mean, how can you knock it? Give it an opportunity. So I credit, Norfolk State for giving it an opportunity. I credit, Delaware State. They gave it an opportunity. We've tried it the conventional way. Let's try something, because both of these programs, they've been running in the mud for more than enough time. And you can't just keep getting your teeth kicked in, year out. Try something different.
I love that. I love that. Chuck, I got on my Santa hat. Christmas is behind us. I want to try something different and be in the giving mood. Chico, put Chuck on the screen because I got a challenge for him.
Yeah.
Chuck, good old Uncle Neely will donate $1,000 to your favorite charity if you can get up and walk to that piano.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Guess what won't be happening? Guess what won't be happening?
Just leave your camera on and just get up and walk back into that piano.
Just tell him.
And I got $1,000 to your favorite charity.
Hey, yo,
I got another 1,000 on top of it.
That's $2,000. That's $2,000 to your favorite charity. If you can walk back to that piano.
The chat got another 1,000 on it.
That's $3,000.
$3,000.
In fact, we up to 3. I will double the 3 and make it 6 if you walk to that front door and open it.
If you double the 6, or if you double the 3 and make it 6, I gotta double the 6 and make it 12.
And what would be even more dope if I played a little tune, did a little John Hardy back there too? I mean,
Lord have mercy.
Hey man, you never know what you're gonna get on Sunday Night Live when it's time for the culture with Dr. Chuck Bishop. But one thing you're gonna get is informed and educated. Chuck, we appreciate you stopping by for this final Sunday of Sunday Night Live. Excellent breakdown of For the Culture. Looking forward to the reoccurring segment this new year in 2025. Chuck, any shout outs, anything you want to say? How can they reach y'all inside the Sports Lab? Whatever you got before you get out.
No doubt. I mean, you can catch us on Inside the HBC Sports Lab every Tuesday and Thursday. We're moving into basketball season, so we'll be starting to talk about basketball, whether you're talking about the CIAA, the SIAC, the MEAC, or the SWAC. We get into it, of course, with my cohort, Dr. Kenyatta Cavill. I mean, the dean of HBCU sports. We will be mixing it up along with Mike Washington. But every Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can catch us on your favorite on YouTube and whatnot. So you absolutely can catch us. But man, I want to just shout you guys out. You guys have done a tremendous job in chronicling Colorado football all season. I tune in, week out, and just to be a part of this show, really appreciate it. And then to take off with pregame show into the 2025. Looking forward to it.
My man, Professor Charles Bishop from Inside the Space U Sports Lab. We know you entertaining guests over there with Uncle Frank. And like T.I. said to him at that dinner when he ain't go to that Yankees tryout, I want to be like you, Uncle Chuck. I want to be like you. Hey, just like his mama said, I ain't never asked you where none of this stuff came from.
Hey, bro, your ability to quote movies verbatim, man, you take me out with that every time, bro.
Yeah, well, take us out with a little music on that piano. You can't do it. All right, Chuck, we love you, brother. We catch you next Sunday.
Love you too, brothers.
Appreciate you once again.
Man, that was
you wild.
Charles Bishop coming live from Frank Lucas' house.
Somebody said all of us go to Frank Lucas' house when we have a Zoom meeting for work. We all use that background. That's what they said in the chat.
PPMG TV said, hell, I got $1 million on it if he get up and go to that piano.
We're gonna keep going up. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep running the price up like the Beast game, Mr. Beast and stuff. Like he give away, he just keep going up.
Oh my God.
Dang.
Oh my God.
Reverend BJ Nelson said if he got up and walked over there, everybody would sign off hollering, "It's a trick."
Hey, Reverend BJ, that joker will walk on water before he walked to that piano.
He should have said, "You know what? I don't have any trousers on. I can't walk over there.
I can't do it right now."
Oh man. Oh, last thing I wanted to talk about, was all right. Shador came out and he showed those red and blue cleats, and it made a big deal on the internet saying that it's showing where he thinks he's gonna go. Well, this past weekend, right?
Yeah, the draft got reset, didn't it?
Exactly. The damn Giants. I thought the Raiders was dumb. The Giants can't get out of their own way. So now the NFL draft has changed to where it looked like the New England Patriots have control of that first pick now. Does this how does this change the outcome or the outlook of the draft in your eyes?
So let me play like none of this stuff had happened, right? And we're just talking very general about the draft. One thing that has traditionally not happened is people going after top 10 picks and they already have somebody under contract that was a top 10 pick in that same position, or have somebody under contract in that position for long term. I think what you saw happen last year with Atlanta already having Kirk Cousins and then drafting Penix kind of just changed the game on what you can expect from people. You don't know what to expect. New England, for lack of a better description, you think they have their quarterback. But what's been proven in last year's draft, when you got a quarterback, you still go get another one. And by the time the next season ends, he'll probably be starting. So it's going to be interesting to see how this develops. Of course, Tom Brady and Shador have a relationship, and I'm including Coach Prime in that. Robert Kraft, well-respected owner. Because I know one of the things Coach Prime is going to be looking for wherever Shador lands, should they agree to be drafted by someone, is who is going to be their development. Who's the quarterback coach? What's the future of that offensive line and your investment in that? What's your future investment in the wide receiver room as well as the running backs? There are a lot of things to consider. But I'm like you, Chico. First things first. I mean, damn, New York and the Raiders. How do you blow this? Like you had it. All you had to do is just be yourself. Like I'm not even going. They don't even have to go out and try to lose. Hell, they were losing when they were trying to win. Just go be you.
Go try to win again.
Yeah, they try to lose and end up winning. Like,
damn.
So we got 1 week left, but man, I don't know what has to happen for that list to change with just 1 week left. Because when you look at the strength of his schedule, the head-to-head matchups, the points scored, all those kind of things that can separate folks. The Giants winning and the Raiders winning the past 2 weeks, has not only propelled somebody up for Shedeur or Cam Ward, it bumped other people back who were in the Travis sweepstakes. Because keep in mind, Chico, 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, the first 3 people needed quarterbacks. So as brilliant as Travis is, he probably wasn't going anywhere to 3 or 4. Well, at 3 and 4 was once the Patriots and Jacksonville. Pull the list back up. Jacksonville's back around 7 or 8 now? I know the Raiders
is at 5 right now.
Yeah, then the Raiders are at 8.
Yeah, Raiders dropped out of it so
far.
So
here's what I'm saying. You not only, if you're the Raiders, you not only miss out on getting Shedeur, you screwed yourself out of getting Travis.
Yeah, that was crazy. All you had to do was lose. And you know what? Coach Antonio Pierce said something after they lost, and they asked him about that. He said, ask the GM about that, basically.
And now they're talking about Pierce not going to be retained at the end of the season.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, right? You put these coaches, and I hate to use race or whatever, but it's true sometimes. You see a lot of these black coaches in the positions at times where the teams are having to tank or don't have a quarterback, and it seems like they just take the team, and then once they go down and dip and end up with that first or second or top pick, then they get rid of that quarterback and bring in another guy who then takes the reins and try to take the credit for whatever it was done. It's like the black guys are there to take the fall. Some of them, it seems like.
Leave that up right there for me, Chico. And I'm gonna walk with you through something. And when I say with you, I want you to help me out. You agree or disagree? Both Shedeur and Travis will be gone somewhere between 1 and 5.
Should be, yes.
Okay.
You mean just looking at this list right here? If it stayed the same?
Yeah. Well, no. Before we get to that, forget who's on the list. Okay. We agree that both of these brothers are somewhere between the 1st and 5th pick.
Absolutely.
Now, when you look at the list and we see who has the 1 through 5, as I look at this list, the only one glaring to me that a person like Deion Sanders would not want one of his sons to go to would be the Browns. That ain't nothing he told me. This is me just knowing him, being around him. He has never said to me, I ain't letting them go to Cleveland. This is just me talking out loud. And then you have to ask stuff like, okay, well, who's the quarterback coach at this particular place? What's the vision for the program to protect the quarterback at O-line? And so if New England is satisfied with their quarterback, okay, they can certainly go Shedeur there. The Giants would still be in a position that they could wait on Cam Ward at 3 or 4. I can see the Titans going ahead and grabbing, a Travis, at 2, or he could still be there.
Who's the Titans quarterback?
I'm not sure. I'm just saying that I can see the Titans just grabbing the best available player, whether it's quarterback or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if they miss a Shedeur, right, because he just got gobbled by New England, I could see them choosing a Travis over a Cam Ward. Because here's what we know, Chico. Let's be real. When you look at the history of NFL drafts, you ain't got to get a quarterback in the first round to get a good quarterback.
No.
You got to get the quarterback everybody want if you picking in first. But to get a quarterback, he'll be there just like running back. So, but a Travis ain't gonna be there 2 or 3 rounds later. But it's, man, again, I got to go back to what you said. Like, damn, New York, damn Raiders. What were y'all thinking? What was y'all drinking? They be saying Neely on the eggnog and Uncle Nearest, like, what they on?
Man, and now it look like the Titans are gearing up to take them, as they're saying they just received a Christmas gift that Shedeur Sanders might have just fell in their lap.
Yeah.
So, hey, we'll see somebody saying Will Levis. I'll definitely take Shedeur Sanders over Will Levis or whoever else they have on their roster now at the QB position.
And again, man, money walk bullshit. Money talks bullshit walks. When you look at what Atlanta did, if they were willing to lose that kind of cash on having a Kirk Cousins and still drafting a Penix, knowing that if this works well, Penix is going to still take over. Mm-hmm. What you think people are willing to do for Shedeur from a risk standpoint?
Yeah. If he's there, you can't pass up on him.
On losing $10 million.
No, you can't pass up on him like that. So if it stays the same, then we're looking at. Let me see if I can pull it back up. If it stays the same, we're looking at New England, and I will predict this: New England take Travis. Bam, number 1. Look now, hey, we'll have them going 1 and 2 now.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that'll be great too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And then Cleveland wouldn't have a chance to take neither one.
Yeah, and then Cleveland and New York are willing to deal and see who's gonna get Cam.
Mm-hmm. I think Cam would be a good fit in Cleveland. Actually, that's crazy to say. I think Cam would be a great fit in Cleveland. I don't want to wish anything bad on him if it's just that terrible in Cleveland, but I also liked Travis in Jacksonville. Being that he's from Florida and living in Georgia, that's all in that same region.
Let me take you some upsides about Jacksonville to anybody in any round.
Mm-hmm.
You have your quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. You have your running back in Etienne. You got one weapon at receiver, and you have a brand new stadium construction about to start. So in the time of you getting drafted and your contract ending, you're gonna be playing in literally the world's best stadium, the world's newest and best stadium. The Bills got one coming online too, and so then you look at the state's taxes or lack of taxes in certain things. You got to consider all that. But I'm telling you right now, when you look at that 1 through 5, they playing for somebody on that list. Like it's come down to this list right here, even if the order moves by 1 or 2.
Okay, let's do this, guys. I think we got a draft coming up right now before we get up out of here. We've been on for 1 hour and 20 real fast. Damn. Already. Let's do a quick draft, real quick. Let's talk about
the
top 5.
We ain't never did no quick draft, but I'm willing to try.
Top 5 sports franchises of all times right now.
Let's go. First pick, me?
First pick, you can have it.
Top 5 sports franchises, because they make money when you love them, they make money when you hate them. Nothing has been bought cheaper and raised to a higher value than the Dallas Cowboys and what Jerry Jones has done there. So when you're talking about a business standpoint and valuation standpoint, not who you like or cheer for, because I think Jerry be hurting us more than he help us, I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys as my first pick for sports franchise.
Okay. Of course, I'm going to go with one that's near and dear to my heart that I can't leave off. And you always say I might be wrong for this. That's how I lose. But I got to go and pick the LA Lakers. Give me the Lakers. I'll take the Lakers, baby.
No, you picked a damn good one, and you always have the advantage because your ass give yourself the sound effects. My next pick for top franchise, no better place, and we were just kind of talking about this from a media marketing standpoint than literally the capital of the world, even the New York Yankees.
Yes. Hey, man, when you get those two, you might have already won the draft. When you get those two. Excuse me. You got the Yankees.
I can't get a sound effect for almost winning the two.
Okay, there you go. My bad. Damn, my bad. Goodness gracious. I'm going to go, and I'm not looking at my list like I usually have. I tried to pull it up, but I didn't have it. So I'm going to go here. Sports franchises. Oh. Did I just take 2 basketballs? No, I can't take 2 basketballs after seeing how football just killed the viewership of basketball for Christmas, right? So you got the Cowboys. The next most valuable football franchise will be what?
You tell me.
Hell, I don't know. I'm gonna look. Help me out, chat. Chat, where you at, chat? Oh, we did say sports, huh? I need to get a soccer team like Real Madrid or the All Blacks out of New Zealand or something like that.
So I guess what we need to do in 2025 is that it's Uncle Neely versus Chico in the chat.
Chico in the chat. Chico in the chat. I'll give you a little some on that. You get a little love on that. I'm going to go with the team. I was thinking the Dodgers.
I like that.
I got to go football. So I'm gonna go since they won so many championships, dog. I'm gonna go New England's Patriots. I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
I like that. When you
Yeah.
talk about evaluation in business, you can't beat what it's currently valued at. I'm going to go basketball this time. You went Lakers. I got to go with another team with a whole bunch of damn banners up there and bang for the buck. You know, I took the Cowboys with football. I then took the Yankees in baseball. Give me the Boston Celtics in basketball.
I can't give you no sound effect.
I don't even want them because I don't like them. But
okay, there you go. Me and you are good friends now because you said you don't like the Celtics. I don't like the Celtics.
Hey, Peter said it's always been Unk versus Chico in the chat.
You got the Celts. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to go take I want to go football again, huh? Actually, I'm going to go. Give me the New York Knicks. You can't go wrong with the Knickerbockers. Give me the Knickerbockers.
You can't. Madison Square Garden. I already got the venue. I'm going to go real obscure on that ass right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go real crazy. And I'm just going to randomly pick a name because I don't know a lot about it, but I know it's some valuable damn stuff.
Yeah, got to be soccer.
Yeah, no. I was going to pick a soccer team, but I figured you was, so I'm going to pick something you ain't going to pick. Give me one of them NASCAR racing teams. Joe Gibbs Racing.
Ooh, okay. I'll give you some on that right there. Turn me up in the headphones one time.
Racing.
That's for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Constipated horn, didn't it? Yeah, push that one out. Damn. Man, I can't even get a horn right.
Who says that, dog? Who thinks of that?
That horn been eating too much cheese. He done blocked
Who
up.
thinks of that, man? Chat. Who thinks of that? A constipated horn, coach. That is cold-blooded funny. Who thinks of that? All right. My pick is going to be, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Great pick.
Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers, man.
Now I will go soccer. Ooh, I could go hockey too. I don't know a lot of hockey teams though. I did a baseball with the Yankees. Let me go soccer. Let me just go and name I hear a lot. I hear Real Madrid a lot.
Yeah, Real Madrid, because they have what's his name? Messi. You know,
Messi
still
for. Give me who he play for.
Or Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, give me who he play for. One of them.
Who he play for.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 picks for you.
No, that's 5.
That's 5 picks for you. Who did I miss?
Cowboys,
Yankees, Celtics,
Joe Gibbs
NASCAR.
Racing.
Oh,
and now Real Madrid. I said Real Madrid, but you just corrected me and said Real. So that's 5 there.
Okay.
I had first pick. Now it's your fifth.
All right. I had the Steelers, the Knicks, the Patriots, the Lakers.
Yep.
And I have to go with, give me man, they won so many championships. You got to go with the Golden State Warriors, man, out there in Silicon Valley.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Wrong with that. I think I beat you on diversity alone, though, because you got 3 basketball teams.
I got 3 basketball teams, but they all look at the evaluation of them. Let's see the evaluation of Real Madrid.
The only thing that you should have done is pick the damn Globetrotters, and maybe that would have. You and Metalog Lemon could be running around throwing confetti water on people.
$6.6 billion is Real Madrid. That's what their value.
What the Cowboys got to be right up there around that too.
Cowboys valuation $10.1 billion.
So I won right there, dog. You can add
New
all
York Knicks. Oh, we're gonna see. What was my Lakers? $8.7 billion. So hey, that's right there next to the Cowboys.
Hold on, Chico. Let's do it for real. I got the pencil out. You like?
Okay, you go ahead. Take it down. All right, Lakers.
10. Cowboys were 10. What was your first pick?
Cowboys 10 and Real Madrid was 6.6.
That wasn't your first pick though, but okay.
No, that was yours. Real Madrid 6.6. Cowboys 10.1.
I ain't even doing the 0.6s. I'm going with the whole numbers. 10 and 6. What else?
Okay. My Lakers were $8 billion.
Wait, now you gonna do all of mine, or we gonna go back and forth? Which one were we doing?
Oh, now we can go to yours. Now I just did mine back and forth. We can go to yours. Now we're gonna go to the Celtics. Celtics valuation $6 billion.
All right, 6. So we got 10, 6, and 6. What's the Yankees?
Yankees 7.5 billion.
I ain't doing no points.
All right, so you're gonna go what? 8 or 7?
7.
You know, 5 round up there.
I'm rounded down. What's Joe Gibbs Racing? I'm rounded
Joe
down.
Gibbs. Okay, Joe Gibbs Racing. 230 million. That might kill you right there. 230 million, Bob. 230 million.
All right, so what we got now is
read them back to me.
10,
Dallas Cowboys
6,
at
6.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 22B, right?
That's 22B.
Plus another 7 is 29. Plus that 230. I'm at 29,230,000,000. I'm at 29.23.
I might need to add that up. I'm trusting your math right now.
Okay,
You didn't put my Lakers with
6, 10 plus 6 is 16.
10 and 6. Okay.
6 plus 16 is 22. 22 plus 7 is 29.
Okay.
29 plus the 230, because it's million, it's not a billion, it's 29.23.
Gotcha. All right.
Now what's yours?
Where I'm at.
And keep in mind, I rounded down now. Rounded down.
I got you. So my Lakers are at 8B.
8B.
Man,
look at your cheat. Look how you cheat, bro.
I cheat, dog. It's right there on Google. 7.4 billion. I'm gonna say 7 billion for the New England Patriots.
All right, come on.
New York Knicks. Let's get them right here. 8.3 billion. Oh, we should be in the lead right now. We should be on pace to win.
My Cowboys was 10. You ain't had nothing that was 10 yet.
We've been consistent though. We over your 2 6s. Where we at? Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers. Doom. 5.3 billion, Bob. 5.3. We're gonna put 5 right there. It's gonna come down to the Golden State Warriors.
No. You know how I'm gonna kill you? You didn't give me my Real Madrid.
I did.
Listen. 10, 6, 6, 7. I ain't got but 4 numbers.
Real Madrid was. You got 10, 6, 6,
and 7.
7 was the Real Madrid. Your 230 was the NASCAR, right?
Okay, I got you right. I got something.
Chat. You got to watch out, chat. He will get you. He will get you, chat.
You got 8785. Come on, what's your last one?
8785. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is coming down to this. Give me a drum roll, please. 9.14 billion. So that's 9. Do the math. I think I'm there.
You're 20 plus 9. Yeah, you won. You're in the 30s.
Whiskey,
You ran from the money standpoint. And you ran for cheating with the chat like you always do.
Hey, now how did I win this? Bob?
Because you asked us to sitting there typing shit in and looking at the chat.
Come on.
Every time you look to your left, you cheat. You look left, right.
No,
left.
see, I'm looking at a pad. I'm writing down a list. Hey guys, that's a sore loser right there. That's how we do it. Raise your hand right here. Cheer like the Rock. See, I just went consistent. I went Lakers, Patriots. I went with the championships. Championships bring that paper.
You went with
That's
G.
my pleasure.
Man, get me the hell off here. You went here with G.
All right, man. Y'all, hey, I appreciate y'all joining us. Y'all put a Chico 1 in the chat right now. Put a Chico 1 in the damn chat right now. Y'all know what time it is. I'm not gonna play that right now. I'm gonna play this right now. So we can bounce around up in this thing. Y'all let me know where y'all checking in from. Put it in the chat right now. Put your city in the chat right now. Put a Happy New Year's in the chat right now. Put a 2025 in the chat right now. What you waiting on? Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Chico Ward. Chico Ward in the chat. Chico Ward in the chat. Chico Ward in the chat.
Ocho cheating. Ocho, with his cheap ass.
2025, baby. We're going to bring in 2025 the right way. UNKandCHICO live. Y'all just stay tuned. We might pop up anytime and go live. You never know. Unk might be repping GD or Vice Lord anytime. You never know. Like my little cousin did back in the day. He got beat up and jumped into the Crips and was in the same week he got jumped into the folks.
Hey, Richard Pryor said when he was growing up in Cleveland, His side was the other side of a winning.
I feel him on that.
That's my side.
Whatever side that's winning, dog. Shout out to my guy Moses, who did the intro. Shout out to Big Beats for doing this beat right here. Also, shout out to everybody out there who's supporting us at mdjoriginal.com. Go there, use our code right now. Get you some 10% off. Law's Whiskey House, now. Boonsville Clothing. Get you some Uncle Neely's beard oil also. Uncle Neely, let them know where they can find it at.
You got to find that beard oil at facedbyjazz.com. FACEDBYJAS. Facedbyjazz.com. Click down that menu and you're going to see that Uncle Neely's beard oil. Get you some in 2025.
Yes, indeed, baby. 2025. Neely acting like Ricky Smiley on Friday after next. He said, bitch, I'm Santa Claus.
Like Larry Fishburne and High Learning. All we need is that damn pipe.
Mr. Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we appreciate you joining us once again for the thousands that was in attendance and the millions watching from around the world.
Texas in the house. PAT, PK, Pimp C, and Bum B. Shout out to Port Arthur, Texas, in the building.
H-time was going down. Whenever you're rapping, you got to say dine in your rap and your freestyle in Texas. Oh, no.
Man, Med, Happy New Year to you, too. Seattle checking in. My posse's on Broadway, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Posse's on Broadway.
Keith Vulture said it best. Hit the like button, y'all. She was well over both channels for buying 2,000. And the jokers just don't want to hit the like button, man. Where's the love?
What's wrong with him?
My posse's on Broadway.
Oh, y'all gonna let me get the plan with this right here? Hey, more sound effects coming from the sound man soon. Y'all stay tuned and let us know what y'all thinking. Alabama checking in. Oh, now we appreciate y'all. Chico won once again. I see a lot of Chico wons up in this thing. I appreciate it.
MDJ Original J5 is coming up. That's right. January 5th. We're gonna be in the mix.
Y'all know what to do, man. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment right now. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time. That might be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You never know. Y'all just stay tuned. We're gonna get up and about of this thing.
How my bowels acting. I gotta go get back regular coming off the road.
Once again, that's Unc. All right, we out of here. I'm not responsible for everything that Unc says.
They know what time it is.
Let's go. Coming up in the headphones. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Run them likes up one time.
Like
direct.
One time.
It's another Sunday night. It's another Sunday night. Another Sunday night live with Unc and Big Dog Chico.
Yeah, and another one.
It's another one. It's another one, baby. Hey, it's another one.
Another Sunday night live with Unc and Big Dog. With Unc and Big Dog.
Fried on them.
With
delicious.
Big Dog.
So get ready for it. Delicious. The LL.
Yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Live.